Okay, so here we are starting our tools of the trade this week, and we're going to be talking about social media tips and etiquette. The main goal of this training is to keep everybody out of Facebook jail. Are you guys aware of what's been going on with Facebook jail? Have you seen anybody post about that?
I've seen a lot of postings about it. I don't know anybody that's actually been in jail.
Okay.
It's all kind of confusing, actually, about why they're in jail.
I know. It does. I mean, so much of our business has changed, even since when I started 3 years ago, that so much is done over social media, reaching out to everybody, not only as customers, but as a part of people on your own team that are throughout the country. And it's just become a really good way to network and stay in touch with people. That being said, the point of Facebook, when Mark Zuckerberg started it, was just to be like a social engaging source, not to be a business platform. And that's what he's trying to avoid, having it become the news feeds be all these trying to sell things to people, and that's what he's avoiding. So what happens when you go into Facebook jail? I have like some specific things that happens. Basically, it's when you use somebody else's image over and over again. So it's been reposted 20, 30. I don't know what the right number is, but it's when it's an image that's not your own is used multiple times, you go into Facebook jail. That could even be if it's a Pampered Chef image that, sometimes they'll send out those things like the outlet's on sale and everybody copies and pastes that specific picture that they send out. You can get locked out of your groups. So what happens when you go into Facebook jail is that you're not able to post in your groups. And I think sometimes even like on your own personal page, you're not able to post. And usually you have like about 5 days or so that you are unable to post anything at all. That happens when you're doing virtual shows. That could be really bad because you have a virtual show scheduled and you're now unable to continue the posts. So what is recommended is use your own images. And we'll talk about why that's important for more than just staying out of Facebook jail, but to use your own images. And also be careful how many groups you schedule to post in at a time. I know for some senior leaders within the company who have multiple groups. So it's not even that they're trying to sell to anybody, but they're talking to their different groups. Like let's say they have a group of directors and then a group of advanced directors and a group of consultants, and they're posting the same information with the same image. They're even locked out and put in Facebook jail. So it's very important to make sure that you're not posting the same thing in multiple groups at the same time. The other thing to be wary of is posting rapidly, 5 posts in an hour. First of all, nobody wants to see your face 5 times in an hour. So spacing things out, using a scheduler. If you have a lot on your mind that you want to share with people that day, use a scheduler like CinchShare to space out those posts. And that will help keep you out of Facebook jail.
Do you know what the magic number is?
I do not know what the magic number is. And they don't share that information. So even when you've been put in jail, because I actually conversed with a girlfriend of mine from another direct sales company who, she does these great personal videos and does a lot of unique things. And she's been in Facebook jail twice in the last month. And they won't give her any specific. She thinks it's because she reposted some of her company's images that were used a lot. But Facebook won't give you a magic number because they don't want you to, if it's 5, they don't want you to do it 4 times.
Right.
The magic number. Also, if you are doing have you guys done any virtual shows at all?
I haven't.
No, I haven't either.
So I would suggest looking into them because they are a great extra source of income and party benefits. But there's usually scripts that go around for these shows. Use them only as a guideline and put it into your own text and your own words. Hey, Tracy. We're talking about staying out of Facebook jail right now. So So when you use the virtual scripts, make sure you put them into your own context, your own words, so that you will also stay out of Facebook jail. Okay. So the other thing, and we're going to talk about like our own images in a minute, but one thing that Facebook wants you to do, and it will help with your algorithms, is to post questions. So post questions on your pages. You know, something as simple like, what'd you have for dinner tonight? And so people can start, so have your own image of something that you created for dinner with using your Pampered Chef products. You know, talk about the rock crock with your own image and then post a question, because the purpose of Facebook is to engage and to be social with people. So when you do things like that and people start commenting, the algorithms, and don't ask me to go into that, I just know the algorithms work that way. Your post will come through people's news feeds more often then. So it's all about engaging. So you guys taking notes, so I'm slowing down.
Yeah.
So those are my tips to staying out of Facebook jail, which is very important now. But what I'm going to talk a little bit more about is just social etiquette in general. And I think that I've started to have more success with my posts and with engaging with people, and has created more sales and more shows, is just being my authentic self. And that sounds so like, oh, up in the air. But I saw once I just had the confidence to use my own voice and my own pictures, people related to me. People started to get to know me as a person. And I think you can tell that when you're reading people's posts. You can see what's just been copy and paste, or what's been, you know, this person is really saying, whether it's the slang that you use, the certain words that I tend to use a lot is fabulous or awesome. You know, if I use something that says, you know, it's wicked good, they know that that's not going to be my vernacular and my wording. And I think that your customers, they want to see truths. They want to see something that's more personal instead of all the copy and paste stuff. Because I see it from 31 bags and, oh my goodness, the Rodan and Fields, they're all over the place. And you can tell when it's just a copy and paste or when it's a real testimonial. And I think that those have the most value. As a team, I think it's wonderful that we share our ideas, and I get so many ideas from all of you, but then just make it your own. Get the idea that, oh my gosh, look, she put the rock crock on her stovetop and then showed another picture of it in the microwave. That looks so good. I'm going to snap that from my kitchen. And I think making that your own will do, it just creates more followers, and people will feel a real connection to you, and that's so super important. I'm just seeing and so I also have that algorithm word again, is that when you change the text into your own wording, it works best for Facebook algorithms as well. So then your context will show up in people's news feeds more often. Okay. So some of the things that have helped myself make some of my own pictures and my own questions. I'll put questions and some fun things, or some new apps that I've discovered. One is called Word Swag, and I've been having so much fun with that. It's a free app. I think it was free. I think I might have bought the bundle, so maybe it was like $2.99. And you can, create those questions that we talked about. You can put fun wording in it, and they have different backgrounds that you can use. And I feel like you should go through and find a consistent one that matches your personality, so then people will see that's you coming through. And then what I also suggest doing is watermarking the bottom of those pictures that you use with the word swag. You can create a watermark, I think, in Word Swag. And then I insert it using Phonto, Phonto. That's another free app.
Can you spell that again?
Phont0.
Okay.
T0. Oh my gosh. It's been a day.
And the watermark is your name, so that
Yeah, so what I have
Have
for my
you?
watermark, I'll show you guys. I'll send it to you later. I'll post it on one of the pages, or you can see it on some of my pictures on my page. It's just, it has your, I have my Facebook group page name on it. So I think mine says Dana's PC Kitchen, and then I have my, the link to my website on it as well. So if people do share your picture, which is awesome, and, you know, because I've had friends, you know, they'll click share if it's a recipe, and then my info is on that picture.
Oh, nice.
You're pretty much branding yourself.
That makes sense.
Yeah, Fonto is a great app. That's the PHONTO, because you can upload pictures to it, and then you can put wording over it. So if there's, I've used this for the outlet sale. I'll grab a snapshot from the outlet with a picture that's my own creation and say, you know, check out my outlet, and you can put right in your own website on it. Mm-hmm. And that way you can use those also to send to customers just via text instead of Facebook. It's a great way to communicate with customers. And PicMonkey is another great app. I actually don't know if it's an app yet. I mean, they're working on it, but it's a website. And you can do a lot of your own creations, more collages. And if you want to make your own banners, great for virtual parties, for the tops of your group or business pages, you can do that through PicMonkey, P-I-C Monkey. And I've never paid for it. It's a lot of free stuff. Okay, so one of the other things that there's the great debate about is whether you should have a Facebook business group or a Facebook business page. I don't know the right answer to that because people have very, different thoughts about it, but I'll tell you about my own experience. I started out having a business page, and it was doing well at parties. People liked the page. But when Facebook changed some things, my posts, unless people were active on my business page, they were not seeing the posts at all. And that wasn't just about them liking a picture. They had to comment on things and have interaction. So when Facebook changed the algorithms, we were getting, my children are supposed to be in bed, and I just saw two run by. I'm not sure what happened. Which one? Okay, go upstairs, please. They know that they can get away with this right now. So when Facebook changed the algorithms, unless you were paying for ads, you weren't getting out there in front of people as much by using a business page. And part of the Pampered Chef's social etiquette rules, you are not allowed to pay for ads on Facebook. So that's something to consider when using a Facebook business page. I do like some of the insights that you get from the business page, because you can see who's looking at it, you can see who's clicked on it, and it, people may see it that you don't have to be friends with them on Facebook to see it. But about probably a year and a half ago, I changed my. Can you hold on for one moment? I'm so sorry. Sorry about that. So a year and a half ago, I changed to a Facebook group, and that's been working quite well for me. I made it public, so people I don't have to be friends with them in order for them to join the group. And what I do at my shows is when I start and I'm walking around and I'm introducing myself, I have tickets with me, and everybody gets a ticket just for coming. And then I ask them, I say, are you on social media? Are you on Facebook? Are you on Instagram? And 95% of them say yes. And I say, well, I'm like, if you can find my group and join it, you'll get an extra ticket. So they get a ticket if they like my page on Instagram or if they join my group on Facebook. And it's added just a lot more interaction. Now I have more contact with that customer base. And it's just a fun little activity at the shows. And then after the show, I can then tag people in the pictures because they're part of the group that I take at the shows. So those are my highlights of, this is the whole family's involved tonight. Yours was sweeter than what happened at my house though. So those are my main social etiquette tips and ideas. So why don't I open it to you guys for some questions, because I'm sure that you have some for me.
Where to start, you know?
That's what I was thinking. I don't even know where to begin, so.
Well, I think something that's worked for me just to get started is to be consistent in your posting. I should have mentioned earlier is that Facebook has certain times that people look at the posts. I think it's 8 a.m., 12 noon, 4 p.m., 8 p.m., and 10 p.m. So those are the times that you'll get the most significant engagement with your Facebook post. I would recommend being consistent. I try to do, like I do meal day Monday, tip day Tuesday, and I try to be consistent in those patterns so people have things to look at. Over the weekend, I usually try to throw up a fun question. I mean, and just something simple. Like the other day I posted, I took a picture on a plate in my house of like chocolate hearts versus and chocolate, like those conversational candy hearts. And I was like, which team are you on? Oh my gosh, the amount of posts that engagement. And then that helps, you know, something simple when you say, look, the Rock Crock is 60% off this month. People will then see that more often. Mm-hmm. And don't be afraid to go live on your page. I know it's a little intimidating, but just do it quick. Do a drawing, do something like that. And it's amazing because you can see the numbers, how many people have viewed it. And the first time I did it, I was shocked. I couldn't believe how many people actually saw me go live, which was a little intimidating, but, but I got a lot of good feedback from it. Oh, Tracy, I can't hear you. You trying to ask something?
Yeah. Do you approve everybody who wants to join your page? I've gotten a few requests and it looks suspicious.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So I am admin approval. I have to approve you. And I usually take a look and click and look at their profile. It's when you see somebody that joined, what are we in February, and they've joined in January and they're like members of like 96 groups already, I'm like, yeah, no go.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if I was just overly cautious being it's
no.
And again, it's public, so
I know.
Include, but
I made the mistake once of you know, I was like, oh my gosh, look, a stranger wants to join the group. And I clicked on it. And then like within like 5 minutes, she had spammed the group like, oh, if you want life insurance or whatever it was some type of like insurance person. And she kept posting these things and I quickly removed her. So those are kind of the red flags.
Okay. Mm-hmm. That makes me feel better.
Well, I ended up starting a business page, and my husband set it up. But I think it's a business page, not a business group.
Not the group. Mm-hmm. And that's okay. You know, try it out and see how you do and how your likes come across, and ask a couple of your friends who like the page if they're seeing your posts and if they're
okay.
True. Yeah. And then it could work for you for sure.
I just wanted to keep it separate from my personal page.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I understand that for sure.
But maybe is that possible with the other one too, or no?
Well, with the group, you can keep your group private. So it's just the people that you invite into the group. So what you post in that group, if it's private, everyone on your personal page is not going to see it. It's only the people that are in your group when it's private.
But if it's public, then everyone will see it.
If it's public, it's like, I'm pretty sure like when I post something in the page, like the people on my news feed probably can see it.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
but I'll switch back and forth, because if I'm doing something like next Monday, I'm going to do a live reveal on my page, I'll make it private for that time. So only the people that are in the group can see it, not everybody on my news feed and things of that nature. So I'll swap it back and forth depending on what I need it for.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you could do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Any other questions? I'm not an expert. These are just the things that have worked for me. So.
Okay.
And are any of you guys on Instagram as well?
No.
I'm not yet.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
That's okay. I think right now for our business, I think Facebook is definitely the best bet. Mm-hmm.
What about Twitter?
I'm not on Twitter. I haven't really explored that at all. I just feel so much of our business is like the pictures of the food, the pictures of the products. So I have not ventured that route yet.
I tweet for work, and I find that the posts that have pictures in it are definitely the ones that are retweeted and viewed most and that sort of thing. But I don't know.
I didn't even know that you could put pictures on Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea. Mm-hmm.
So you can also tweet links. So if you have like an article, you can tweet out a link to an article with a picture.
Okay.
And then it goes from there.
That would be good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And what I do recommend, like, so if you do Twitter, I would have it do the same handle as your business page. So what's the name of what's your business page?
It's Herb It Up in Karen's Kitchen.
Oh, very cute. I like it. I like it. I think that's great. So I would do the Twitter handle the same. And if you went on Instagram, I would do that the same. So it's consistent throughout. And, just keep you brand yourself and you keep it consistent the same. So your customers will recognize you and your voice.
Makes sense. What other questions?
Okay.
Yeah. Anything else? Just trying to see if I have any other notes. I think the most, when I take pictures in my own kitchen and show myself using the Rock as opposed to the stock of Pampered Chef, I definitely get much more feedback.
Okay.
So
Amazing.
I'm sorry?
I said your pictures are amazing.
Oh, thanks. They're like they're funny. They're funny to me.
You do a good job.
Oh, thanks. My kids are like, "Can we eat?" I'm like, "Not yet. Wait." But I look at a lot of pictures on Instagram, just from some of the bloggers and just how they try to, they use the same type of plate or the same placemat and things of that nature. So I'm trying to do that so it's more consistent in the brand for myself.
That makes sense. So when it comes to, to the parties, like if you do a virtual party, so are you using your own images for those as well?
I probably would say 60-40. I mean, you can't recreate everything. And there are some things that are, some of the games that are played that you'll use those pictures. And there are some products that I don't have, so I'll use stock photos. But I think within a virtual show, as long as it's not 100% copied, you can use, because we don't have time to recreate the everything. But I think if you post, create on WordSwag some of the questions and do it on that, create those images, and even make a collage out of 2 Pampered Chef stock photos to change it up a little bit, that's helpful. But I don't do 100% all of my own images.
Yeah.
Because
it's daunting.
Yeah. I don't do my laundry. I can't do that.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm I should be doing customer care calls, not doing all these pictures.
Okay.
So are you guys going to start, doing a more consistent? What are you guys looking to get out of this?
I was just looking for ways to get more interaction off my group.
Mm-hmm.
I post stuff and I know people see it because I see the number, of people that have seen it, but there doesn't seem to be a lot of comments. And I was kind of hoping, but I think maybe I just need to ask more questions, maybe to get more interaction.
Mm-hmm. The questions, when I started doing that, and I wouldn't do it every single day because that becomes annoying too and effective. But I think there was one that I just started doing this in January, and I posted a picture, and this was a stock picture that I found. I Googled images, and it was about how do you like your steak? And it showed A through F, rare, medium rare, burnt. And I mean, there was 27 comments. I couldn't believe it. So by throwing in those fun things a week, and then all of a sudden the next day when I posted just my normal meal day Monday, more people were liking it and more people were commenting on it. So I think those engagement posts are fun. Whereas I have a couple. So there's this group I joined on Facebook. It's called the Socialite Suite, SUITE. And I've gotten so many fabulous resources and ideas from this place because it's all about social media and making the most out of your social media experience, the do's, the don'ts. And they'll throw up some fun engagement posts that you can use if it works for your business or not. I'm just going to pull up some. Let me see if I have it in here. Oh, I don't know where they went. But one of the questions was, if you named your child after your pregnancy cravings, what would it be? So that's food related. So it's just something fun and off. And then people will want to check out your page. They won't feel like you're constantly just shoving product and shows down their throats. You want to be their go-to person.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, if at any time, so it's 9:00, and I know everybody's time is so valuable. So if you guys don't have any other questions, we'll call it a night. But at any time, you guys can message me any type of questions. Oops, yep, it says our meeting's going to end in 10 minutes. So you guys can message me at any time, and definitely check out the Socialite Suite because that has helped with my social media savvy as of late. And then the WordSwag and Fonto are some great apps. And if you have any questions about any other apps or adding a watermark to your picture, just let me know and I'll help walk you guys through it.
Right. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Let me see how
Bye.
Okay. Bye, guys.